If you have an ounce of gasoline in your veins, you know all about this car. You know that it has a turbocharged 16-cylinder engine that makes more than 1,000 horsepower. You know that it will accelerate to 60 miles an hour in just 2.7 seconds, that it will go faster than 250 miles an hour, and that it costs more than $1 million. You know the Bugatti Veyron is a very, very special car. But what you really want to know is, what's it like to drive? Well, we're about to find out. No matter how you view it, the Bugatti Veyron is an extraordinary achievement. So let's take a look at where it's made. This tiny factory next to Ettore Bugatti's famous Chateau Saint-Jean in Molsheim, France, is called the Atelier, a French word meaning artist's workshop, which is appropriate because each Veyron is a piece of automotive art. No high-tech robots and humming assembly lines here. It takes 14 people 1 week to hand-assemble a single car. The massive engine is built in a tiny room in VW's Salzgitter engine plant in Germany, while the $120,000 7-speed dual-clutch transmission is from British engineering company Ricardo. You can order your Veyron in any colour combination you want, but polished aluminum panels will add $590,000 to the price tag, mainly because Bugatti can only build 6 cars like this a year. The side mirrors are milled from a single billet of the metal and cost $40,000 each. When you pay prices like that, you have a right to be fussy. For the ultimate in quality control, each Veyron is run on a rolling road dyno for 35 miles, at speeds of up to 125 miles an hour. The Veyron is a rare beast, even here on the roads near Molsheim, where Bugattis were first made over 100 years ago. Just 380 Veyrons, 300 coupes and 80 open-top models like this Grand Sport have been built since 2005, so even the locals pay attention. There are 2 things you notice when you get into a Veyron for the first time. The first thing is how absurdly easy this car is to drive. I mean, you could toss the keys to your granny and she could take it down to the bingo hall, no problem. The second thing you notice is the utterly relentless thrust when you nail the gas pedal. I've been testing cars for 30 years. I never felt anything quite like that. The Bugatti Veyron is a bit like a Nissan GTR on LSD. It alters the way in which you perceive the world around you. Second gear will take you to more than 90 miles an hour. So the Veyron simply annihilates traffic on regular roads, shrinking passing zones to absurdly small pieces of time and space. See a straight on any regular road, think of a number and double it. That's the speed you'll be travelling when the Veyron arrives at the corner. But that's no problem. Just grenade the carbon ceramic brakes and the Veyron simply stops. Just like that. Push it hard and the Veyron's handling devolves into mild understeer. The key to canyon cut and thrust in this car is to be patient with the gas, feeding it on as you exit the turn. Get it right and you'll notice a subtle change in the weighting of the steering as the Haldex all-wheel drive system feeds more torque to the rear tyres. And you'll know you've nailed it when you sense those massive Michelins nibbling away at the edge of cohesion. Attacking a series of fast sweepers in this car is almost like a religious experience. You never run out of power. Driven normally, mooching through town or cruising on the freeway, the Veyron has the same easy drivability as a GTR. In fact, I'd argue it's more refined than the Nissan. The 7-speed dual-clutch transmission shifts more smoothly, and the ride is more compliant. Just think about it. This car will hit 65 miles an hour in first, 92 miles an hour in second, and 122 miles an hour in third. And you still have 4 more gears to go. There are only a handful of places in the world where you can even begin to explore the staggering performance envelope of the Bugatti Veyron. And we're heading to one of them. We're in a remote pine forest just outside Wolfsburg in Germany. This is Erlesien, the giant Volkswagen Group proving ground. And this is the fastest road on Earth. This is the Erlesien high-speed track. It runs for 12 miles, and right here, it runs dead straight for 5 of those miles. This is where you can take a Bugatti Veyron to the limit. Which is exactly what Chinese part-time racer Anthony Liu is about to do today. Liu plans to set a speed record for a production convertible at the wheel of the 1200 horsepower Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse. Now, if you think a regular Veyron Grand Sport could use a little more grunt, the Vitesse is just the car for you. Its 8-litre W16 shares its bigger turbos and intercoolers and quad fuel pump setup with the Veyron Super Sport Coupe, boosting power to 1200 horsepower at 6400 RPM and torque to a monstrous 1106 pound-feet from 3000 to 5000 RPM. Bugatti engineers claim the Vitesse's engine will consume more air in 1 hour at full throttle than a human does in a whole month. It's an impressive statistic, but one we can't verify, because at full throttle, the W16 will gulp through an entire 26.4 gallon tank of gas in just 8 minutes. Removing the roof changes the way the air flows around the car, which is why the rear spoiler has been wired to sense whether or not the roof panel is in place, and why the Grand Sport Vitesse is normally limited to a mere 233 miles per hour with the roof off. But not today. Liu hits 254.04 miles per hour with just one pass down the 5-mile straight, and the speed is confirmed by the German Technical Inspection and Certification Organisation, the TÜV. The Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse is officially the world's fastest convertible, and I'm about to drive it.
So we're coming up to the banking now, move it out into the lane. So we'll go around on the top of the banking. Coming up to the green cones now, squeeze on the gas and go.
there is nothing like a Bugatti Veyron. And the most remarkable thing about it is that for all its staggering power and performance, it's no hair-shirt hypercar. You don't have to wrestle it into submission when you drive it fast, or grit your teeth when you have to drive it slow. There are some who suggest that because the Veyron is so user-friendly, it is somehow less of a car. They're wrong. The Veyron is extraordinary in every way.